Alright, so apuntes 19, okay? Subject pronouns. So, esta semana, vamos a practicar con los pronombres. We're going to be practicing with these pronouns. So, un ejemplo, let me give you an example of why we use subject pronouns. Who do I want to use as an example? Jaden. Okay. So, Jaden is a boy. Jaden is in Spanish class. Jaden thinks he got the drip. Jaden has a messy folder. Jaden is wearing his hood. What was annoying about those sentences I just said? Aiden. Besides everything. What specific thing did I keep on repeating? Jaden. Now, is there something else I could use in that sentence once I already know that I'm talking about Jaden? He. Right? That is a subject pronoun. A subject pronoun replaces a person's name once you already know who you're talking about. Right? So here's another example. Lele is a girl. Lele is in Spanish class. Lele gives the side eye. Lele is mean to Ada. Okay? What could I do to replace the name Lele? She. So that's all a subject pronoun is. It's going from a person's name to he or she or whatever their respective pronoun is in that situation. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Thumbs in the middle if you're like, huh? Thumbs down if you're like, yo, I'm lost. Okay, muy bien. So the definition of a subject pronoun is a subject pronoun replaces a noun in a sentence. That's it. So a subject pronoun replaces a noun in a sentence. Now in Spanish, in español, we have pronombres singulares y plurales. What do we think it means for something to be singular? Uno. Okay? So it's una persona. Now, for something to be plural, what does that mean? Right? Dos or más. Two or more people. So we have it broken down into two columns, either singular or plural. And then we have who we're talking about. First person, second person, and third person. So first person means you're talking about yourself. Okay? You're in that situation. Second person means you're talking to somebody. You're directly having a conversation with somebody. And third person means you're talking about somebody. Okay? So first person singular would be yo. We should all know what yo means. ¿Qué significa yo? I. Right? We've seen this when I say yo soy, I am. Yo tengo, I have. Yo voy, I go. Okay? Yo quiero, I want. Now, second person means you're talking to somebody, and this is where we use the subject pronoun tú. Who remembers what tú means? You. But specifically you, what does it mean? Is it familiar? Are we friendly? Are we formal? When do we use the subject pronoun tú? When you're talking to your friend, right? So tú is used for when you're familiar. Okay. Then we have third person when we're talking about somebody. First, we're going to write the word usted, because usted is technically second person, but it follows the third person pattern. So who remembers what usted means? So if tú means familiar, you familiar. Huh? Formal. So usted means you, but it's formal. Okay? Any questions so far? I need you to respond to me. No? Because if you're not asking questions and you're a little bit stuck, next week when we add on to this concept, you're going to be really lost. So when I ask you if you understand, I need you to participate. Because if not, when we get to next week's topic, you're going to be like, yo, I didn't even understand the subject pronouns. Now you're adding something else. Okay? So be responsive when I ask those questions. Okay. So, él, what does él mean? He. Okay? And remember, there's an accent on él because if I don't put an accent on it, it turns to the. Okay? So, él con acento, he. El sin acento, el without the accent, means the. So this is where we learn accents are important. And then lastly, ella. What does ella mean? She. Now there is a non-binary pronoun. So for people who use the pronouns they, them, well, that's where this pronoun would be. Right? Ella. Okay? So if you identify in the they, them category because you don't want to be specifically under a specific gender, right? Then we have ella. Right? Everybody has their differences. Right? I don't want to say this too loud. I don't want to get fired by Donald Trump. Okay. Yeah, I said that on the recording. But isn't he the one who said there were two letters? And who is it? If I get fired, I'm going to go work at a hospital. I'm going to go be a translator at a hospital. Okay? So, anyways. So, plural. All right? Hay muchas personas. So now we're going to talk to first person plural. Right? So if you're in a situation and there's a whole bunch of group of you, what pronoun do you think you would use? Yeah, there's a group of a whole bunch of y'all. Right? So say if it's you with your friends, what would you say if you're talking about you and your friends? But there's a shorter word. It begins with a W. That's a preposition. It's two letters. It begins. Say it loud. We. Okay. So, nosotros means we. Okay? But because it ends in OS, right? It's the masculine form, right? Think about our adjectives. If there's an O, we're talking about a boy. Right? So when we say nosotros, that means we, but that means it's either boys only or it's a mixed group. What do you think I mean by a mixed group? Boys and girls. So if Jasmine was talking and she's like we, and she's with 4 girls and 1 boy, it automatically turns masculine. So even the example I gave earlier is, I know y'all watch the show Baddies, right? There's all those girls on Baddies, right? And the security guy is usually a boy, right? So if they're about to go tussle, right? And there's all those girls there, and as soon as that security guard goes in to try to break up their tussle, it automatically turns into a masculine thing because there's a boy in the situation. Okay? So, in Spanish, there could be 1,000 girls. As soon as there's 1 boy, it turns masculine. That's just the way the language works, right? Es un idioma muy sexista. It is what it is. All right. Nosotras. This means we also, but what's the difference? Girls. Girls only. Right? Right? So if we have Jasmine, Lele, Kennedy, and Brielle hanging out, and they say, oh, we're about to go to the mall, they would say nosotras, right? Because there's only girls. Okay, second person, we're going to put an X. The reason why is because the pronoun that's used there is only in Spain. Only in Spain. And most of Spain doesn't even use it. It's only the province of Andalusia, which is at the southern part of it. So you don't really need to know vosotros. Okay? But on the yellow paper you got when you walked in, it explains what vosotros is for you. So that's where you can get your explanation, right? Okay. Now lastly, third person, group of people, right? So third person are middle schoolers' favorite because y'all like talking about people, right? Always got something to say, Senor Chismoso. Right, Aiden? Always trying to clock somebody's tea.
No, I'm not. No, I don't even be doing nothing.
You deserve it.
Like last night.
Lo mereces. Okay? Alright, so first we have ustedes. So ustedes means you all. Okay? So when I'm talking, ustedes, y'all. Right? How they say it down south. Well, my family's from down south, so by y'all making fun of me, by saying y'all, you're actually making fun of my culture. Okay? How would you like if I made fun of your Dominican culture? Would you be big mad?
No.
See?
I don't care. No, it's a difference. Hold on, wait. It's a difference. I don't care if you do it because you're joking. But like, if other people do it, specifically Johnny, I will get mad.
See? We get mad when people come from our culture. Come for our culture. Okay?
Dustin doesn't get mad.
Huh?
Dustin doesn't get mad. They always call Dustin an African booty scratcher.
Ay, Dios mío.
No, yes, it does. I told him one time. I told him. No, one time I watched him call him like.
Oh, I sure do.
Said his name on this.
Okay. All right. No es cómico.
And he laughed.
Ay, ay, ay. All right. Ellos. That means they. So boys and a mixed group. Right? So if I'm saying they, like if I'm talking about this class, like ellos son peores, like y'all are the worst, right? I would use ellos because there's boys and girls in this class. Okay? Now ellas, that's they, but girls only. So if I said ellas son chismosas, I'm like, oh, those girls, they're gossipy, right? Incluye Jenna.
I know I am.
Okay.
But I say it to their face afterwards. I call Johnny a holy husband. In text messages. And then she asked me how, and I told her she hated Sebastian, and then she went to join it.
And on that note, let's talk about how to choose the correct pronoun. So when we're thinking about how to choose the correct pronoun, stop it. The first question we want to ask ourselves is it singular or what's the opposite of singular? Plural. So us asking that question means, is there one person or multiple? Because by knowing that, then we get to be like, oh, I only need this side of it. Yes, I know my hands are dark. Okay? Then, I don't know. Shh. Then the next question is there a yo or no? Because if there's a yo, that means you're going to use first person, because yo means talking about yourself. If there is no yo, that means that you're going to use one of the other pronouns. And then the last one, are you talking to them? Oops. Or about them? Because if you're talking to them, then it would be tú. If you're talking about them, then you have the choice of this. So these are questions that I'm going to ask us as we're working through this process to help us out. Okay?